Welcome back, dear students, to our Financial Institutions and Regulatory Bodies 6th session. So, this session concentrates on differentiating between banking and non banking institutions. In our previous sessions, we've learned in detail about what the banking institutions' activities are and what the other activities of non-banking institutions. So let us take in detail about the differences between these two by basically understanding the meaning of each of these. Coming to banking financial institutions, an overview of banks. They are the financial institutions which are authorized by the government to conduct banking activities such as accepting deposits, granting credit, managing withdrawals, paying interest, clearing checks, and providing general utility services to the customers. So these were all the activities, or these were all the facilities which are extended by the banks, which we have learnt in our previous sessions. Whereas the non-banking financial corporations represent a registered company which is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India under the RBI Act of 1934. The NBFCs are not banks, but their activities are related to lending and other activities such as providing loans and advances, credit facilities, savings and investment products, trading in the money market, managing portfolios of stocks, transfer of money, etc., for commencing the activities of NBFCs. NBFC registration is mandatory. So only with the registration, Reserve Bank of India will have hold on the functions of NBFCs. So though both the banks and non-banking financial companies are regulated by RBI, there are a set of points of differences between these two. Let us take them in detail. Coming to the points of differences, first one in meaning. So the banking institutions will be a government authorized financial intermediary which aims in providing banking services to the public. Whereas NBFCs, they provide banking services to people without holding bank license. The second point of difference, regulated under. The banks are regulated by the Banking Regulation Act of 1949, whereas the NBFCs, since they are registered as a company, they are regulated by the Companies Act of 2013, where the earlier act before amendment was 1956 Act of Companies Act. Demand deposits. Only banking institutions, that is the pure banking institutions, can accept deposits, whereas NBFCs cannot accept. Foreign investment. Banking institutions will provide only up to 74% of their private sector banks, whereas NBFCs will provide even up to 100% of the foreign investment. Coming to the next point of difference, payment and settlement system. So both will become an integral part of a banking system. Whereas for an NBFC, the recovery part and lending part are not a part of the same system. Next point, maintenance of reserve ratios. So a banking institution has to compulsorily, that is mandatorily, maintain the cash reserve ratios, statutory reserve ratios, whereas NBFCs are not required to maintain any such reserve ratios. Next one, deposit insurance facility. This is available, the insurance coverage facility is available only with pure banking institution, but the same facility is not available with NBFCs. Credit creation. Only banking institutions have the ability to create credit, since they also have the ability to borrow the funds, whereas NBFCs does not have the credit creation possibility. Transaction services. Transaction services can be done only by the banking institution, whereas the same cannot be provided by the NBFCs. So these are the major points of differences that we can find between the banks and NBFCs. Thank you, dear students. Let us meet again in the further sessions to learn completely about our financial system. Thank you again.